and I've been saying for probably 2.5 years that like this is the best player in football. It's not particularly close. And almost every like playoff situation or discussion we've had, I've always basically said, with Mahomes, it's like you still have a great chance. If you have the best player in football at the quarterback position, like you have a puncher's chance to win any of these games. And he proved it again, last Sunday. Just keeps doing it, man. Just keeps doing it. He's amazing, a marvel to watch. And but nobody's on his level right now.
Yeah.
Well, his luck runs out Sunday. I hope he breaks both of his legs.
Oh, come on, man.
Tears his ACL, MCL, stiff neck, common cold, flu.
Common cold? Want to throw in a venereal disease, too?
Asbestos.
Asbestos. Everyone for class action? How about Agent Orange?
There you go.
We're in the midst of the NFL playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Smack dab in the middle in the conference championships, NFC, AFC championship games. All right. I thought this was interesting. I saw Mahomes is facing Lamar but chasing the GOAT, in this game. And that's really from a Kansas City and from a Mahomes standpoint. Kansas City is facing Baltimore Ravens Sunday, first game, 3 o'clock. That's really the storyline here for Mahomes and the Chiefs, more so than this big matchup versus Lamar. He hasn't faced Lamar in the playoffs yet. All right. And so it's funny because the media they keep wanting to do this, the Brady Manning thing. So they thought they had it with Josh. They thought they had it with Burrow, and now I'm seeing it now with the Lamar. I don't know. It's just something that they need.
It is the conventional marketing tool. You market the head-to-head matchup. I mean, you go back to like Wilt and Bill Russell, Ali and Frazier. Like, that's how things are done. Magic and Larry. To have that counterpoint. But when you have somebody that transcends his generation of players, it has to pivot to the GOAT thing. And there was a point in time with Michael Jordan. Then there's a point in time when LeBron, asserted his supremacy over any contemporary, that the only thing you're talking about is Michael. And that's where Mahomes is on the football side. He does not have a legitimate rival or peer that's on his level. So the only thing we can talk about is historical context of what he's achieving. Which I'm on board with it.
Okay, yeah. So you agree with that statement?
I agree.
As well.
I don't see that he has and I've been saying for probably 2.5 years that like this is the best player in football. It's not particularly close. And almost every like playoff situation or discussion we've had, I've always basically said, with Mahomes, it's like you still have a great chance. If you have the best player in football at the quarterback position, like you have a puncher's chance to win any of these games. And he proved it again, last Sunday. Just keeps doing it, man. Just keeps doing it. He's amazing, a marvel to watch. And but nobody's on his level right now.
Yeah. Well, his luck runs out Sunday. I hope he breaks both of his legs.
Oh, come on, man.
Tears his ACL, MCL, stiff neck, common cold, flu.
Common cold? Want to throw in a venereal disease, too?
Asbestos.
Asbestos. Everyone for class action? How about Agent Orange?
There you go. Yeah. And I just really want Lamar to get one, man. It'd be the icing on the cake to the story. Like, I didn't need an agent.
Yeah. No, I like Lamar. My appreciation for Mahomes is superior, so I want him to win. But if Lamar wins the game, I want him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. If Baltimore wins this, they have to win the Super Bowl. Like my emotional, because like you said, man, I want to see Lamar win one. I mean, I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I need Mahomes and the Chiefs to get this done. But like,
are you from Kansas?
If anybody, no, I'm a players guy.
Okay.
So I grew up loving Priest Holmes.
You're a different kind of players than I am.
What's that?
Well, because you like a player and then you attach
then
it
I
to
ride
a team,
the team.
and then you stay forever.
Yeah. Allen Iverson, Philly, and I stayed forever.
Wait, that's why you're a Phillies fan?
Yeah, Allen Iverson.
Yeah. Like the two guys.
Hey, man, you got to let it go, brother.
His two teams that
You
he's
gotta let
fans
it go.
of are based on guys that have been retired for many years at this point.
I ride it out, man. That's a hardcore.
Like, I'm a players guy, but like when the player leaves, I leave too.
I'm like that with LeBron. I go where he go. Well, thank God you're not a Magic fan, man. You be going through it.
No. But I enjoyed it when they are doing well. The few times that they have been in my lifetime, I enjoyed that Magic run. But
I guess the question I have to ask is like, is there no player in like the last 15 years that's like caught your fancy enough to like draw you to another team?
No, because we first of all, our franchises, we get great players. That, because Embiid is I love watching Embiid as much as I love watching anybody. Now LeBron, there was a gap when we were bad and LeBron was great.
Good. Okay,
and I was you remember that though?
No, I do.
And I was a huge LeBron guy, but I guess not big enough to like travel with him to team. But
that's what I'm saying though. It's literally been like 15 years since the players come in that you felt strongly enough about that I'm going to go follow this guy, man. That's funny.
Was just different. I don't know. I was a child watching fucking.
I get it. I get it. It's the braids.
Yeah,
it was everything.
But Priest Holmes, I mean, come on.
Right. Well, what made you like Priest Holmes?
I just liked him, man. I like his story too because he's a backup. He's a backup at Texas behind our guy smoking weed guy Ricky, and he got to Kansas City. I don't know. I just love the way he played, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, he was a tough out.
Yeah.
Oh, you were too young to be a Terrell Davis guy then.
Yeah.
Because he had a similar story.
That. Yeah.
He wasn't like a big productive guy at Georgia.
I had just
got
missed
to the
that.
league and was like,
yeah. I was alive, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Watching football in that manner. I
was watching it in a completely different manner.
Now they are 3.5-point underdogs, right? So that's pretty
Chiefs
big.
Are?
Yeah, this is the biggest. It's only the second time he's been an underdog in the playoffs. Mahomes, but yeah, 3.5, and it's trending. It might hit 4, it might stay, but that's pretty significant, especially in a conference championship.
We in Kansas or we in Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
Oh,
but isn't the standard isn't home like a 3-point swing?
Yeah, but
anyway?
what you see typically in the playoffs is, you'll have a closer line. It depends on if the teams are close. But yeah, 3 points is typically the.
Because I was processing that if the home advantage is essentially 3 points, if the spread were less than 3 points, you really think that Kansas City's the better team.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the season of play justifies that.
Right.
If we look at it.
Right. And in the other game there. The 49ers favored by 7 over the Lions here. And we talked about it, the Debo aspect, mostly off camera, though.
Yeah.
You're saying if Debo doesn't play, the Lions have
I believe they got a shot.
They have a chance. I'm not saying they're the favorite or I'd put significant money on it, but what we have seen from the 49ers is when they're not with optimal personnel, they're not quite the same animal. And, again, they played a competitive game against the Packers. They didn't walk all over the Packers by any means. And, Detroit, to me, I specifically said they're a good team. I'm not trying to tell anybody they're a great team, but this is a team that's performed at a consistently good level of play all year. And I don't expect them to go out there and play bad. They could certainly lose the game because the 49ers are loaded, but I expect them to show well and play well. And when you do that, you got a chance.
Yeah, I know one thing. I'm most, not just because I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but I think that first game, I think that's the best game on the docket, man. The Ravens and Chiefs. I'm much more interested to watch. I'm much more. I can't wait for that game. You know what I mean?
I'm excited as well. Yeah, that's the first game of the day.
Yeah, that's the first game.
So
of
what,
the day.
3 o'clock or something?
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
But if
and then Detroit at 6.
But that's funny.
But if a great movie was to come on or something,
but that's funny though, because you brought up the fact that the Chiefs had to play the later game at Buffalo.
Yeah,
as not necessarily something you wanted, but here they're the earlier game.
Yeah.
But you prefer that they're playing earlier?
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I just think they had it right last week because it's the primetime game. You want to put him in the primetime spot. It's just that it was going to be bad weather. Baltimore not so much this week, so it really doesn't matter weather-wise. But again, I think they should be in this 6:30 spot.
I agree.
I'm surprised that they put Lamar, Patrick in a 3:00 spot.
Doesn't make
sense.
They
want the ratings. They want all of them.
No,
it's West Coast.
Oh, because of West Coast?
Because 49ers.
Oh, 49ers.
Yeah, you'd be starting that game at like 12.
12, that's why.
West Coast time. That's why. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you kind of got to. I get it.
Yeah. All right. But still, 3 o'clock is still a safe time. If you're interested, you're going to watch.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah. But that's what we had to say about those two. But I was just saying how I'm much more eager to watch that Chiefs and Ravens game for sure.
For sure.
I think if Detroit goes up a certain amount of points, then you'll turn it on.
Yeah.
Well, I plan on watching either one. I plan on watching both games. But like I'm locked in for that. Like I was for the Chiefs Buffalo game.
Yeah.
And that game. It gave us what we wanted.
It did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint.
Yeah.
It was close. It was competitive. It had swings of momentum. It was
touchdown for touchdown.
Yeah.
The Ravens, they put up this stat here where they have blown out every team in NFL history that has blown out the same amount of teams that the Ravens have this season have gone to the Super Bowl. And there are 10 teams that they gave examples of. 8 of those 10 won the Super Bowl. All 10 went to the Super Bowl because the Ravens have what was that?
Make sure you tell Pat.
6 wins of 14 or more points, huh?
Make sure you tell Pat.
Why you say that?
Because he'll love that. That'll be an extra level.
Oh, Mahomes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're talking about the other Pat.
No. He'll love that. He'll love that.
Yeah.
What is the long brother that played offensive line and I guess he had a brief cup of coffee with the Chiefs?
You said the long brother?
Yeah, like Howie's kids.
Offensive line,
the one that's on the offensive line. They had the podcast, and he was telling a story about Mahomes the other day, and it's like he was sitting on the bench pregame, and it was like super windy and everything, and he was talking to one of the coaches. He's like, so yeah, we're probably gonna run a lot today, and the guy looks at him like, what? And the guy, and then he just looks over at Mahomes, and he goes, that guy throws through the wind.